Hey guys, this is Billy Williams. Absolutely appreciate you guys being here today. As you well know, I'm always looking for unique and interesting ways to market your agency, to grow your retention, to grow your book of business, all that wonderful stuff. And I've got a really good guest on today. I've got Dustin Boss, and he'll tell you more about his agency. But they have created some technology that they give away that is amazing for lead generation. It's amazing for retention. And when I heard about it, I was like, I've got to get this guy on, and I've got to make sure that we're sharing this with our audience, with Inspire Nation and our network. So really, really excited to have him on. I'm not going to take too much time here. Just want to make sure you guys know that we're always doing these podcasts. We're always looking for creative, unique ways to market your business, grow your business. So if you have some ideas and you want to put it on our podcast or want us to do a webinar, just contact us at info@inspireanation.org. Again, that's info@inspireanation.org. All right, so let's get on the phone here with Dustin. Dustin, are you with me, sir?
Oh, I'm here, sir. Absolutely excited to be here. Thank you.
Good. Thank you so much. All right, Dustin. So again, I'm always looking for creative, imaginative ways to sure that you can do lead generation. Tell us what you've done. Tell us what you're doing in your agency.
Well, I'll tell you what, Billy. I've been in the insurance business for 15 years now. Came right out of college, and I've always infused my love for technology and graphics and just being, using computers into my sales world. So that's the beginning, and to bring it to where we are today. I never thought I'd be here promoting this company, but we started a software company really designed to help insurance agents differentiate themselves out in the marketplace. And I know, Billy, we met at a recent InsurTech conference, and I love InsurTech. I love all of that, but what really frustrates me is there's a lot of that InsurTech industry is about removing the agent from the equation. And as an agent myself, we are so close to the client, and so I said, how do we take technology and how do we infuse it with what we do as agents and use it instead of replacing us? So we built these micro apps, if you will, that we can deliver to employers, and they love them. They use them. It ties us in with the employer themselves, and it leads right into the insurance sale.
Excellent. And so what type of agencies benefit from your technology for lead generation?
Yeah, we're looking for those agencies who are going after middle market employers, right? So commercial, P&C, workers' comp on the P&C side, and of course on the benefit side, employee benefits anywhere from 25 employees to 250. We're looking for that sweet spot employer, a little bit smaller than competing with the national brokerages, but give you the tools and resources to compete them if you do go up against those. So those middle market employers.
Okay, so tell us about your products. Tell us what you got.
We got two apps that we started with. We have one called OSHAlogs.com, and OSHA Logs takes the guesswork out of OSHA record keeping. And really why that's so important is because there's so much of an overlap between the world of OSHA and the world of workers' comp. And we found this really unique way to bring these two worlds together and use it as an entry point on the workers' comp without ever having to actually mention insurance. And so it's been a really good door opener for that. On the benefit side, we have a product called wellness401k.com, which provides a robust library of wellness resources targeting the root cause of rising healthcare costs, and really designed to help an employer realize that the true cost of their health plan is not just the premiums they pay, but it's the health risks of their employees that lead to utilization, drives disease, which drives those healthcare costs. So I have a couple of different slide decks. I thought I'd focus on the OSHA Logs product a little bit more. Since this is our flagship app. I can go through the slides now, Billy, or I can...
Go ahead. And then your second product, I'm sure agents will want to know about your second product a little bit, but they can contact you if they need more information. So go ahead.
Yes.
Go, what you got for us?
Yep. So that's me and my father. We've been doing insurance for 15 years. As I mentioned, this came from, why did we start this? This came from a need and desire from our own agency. We wanted to come up with some really unique tools that an employer would want to come work with us as opposed to our competitors in our local market area. So insurance, hugely competitive business. Of course, why are they going to want to work with us? kind of stumbled into this OSHA record keeping space because, workers' comp, where does workers' comp problems originate? It originates in the workplace safety realm. So we would help employers connect the dots between these two worlds, and we found that OSHA record keeping was a really interesting way to do that because we could work proactive and start looking at workplace safety issues, but we could also be reactive and show them where these patterns are occurring and how it's impacting their workers' comp costs. So we've had a really unique way to describe OSHA record keeping as the ultimate canary in the coal mine of workers' comp costs. And we would position with an employer, with a prospect, when we're using this as agents, what is your agent doing to help you prevent problems from occurring, not just responding when there's a bad claim. So there's all sorts of research, Billy, that shows that for every 10 OSHA recordable, there's a lost time work comp claim connected to that. It was big study done by ConocoPhillips back in 2003. So from a marketing perspective, we've had a lot of fun with saying, is your agent just interested in jumping in and selling a policy, or what are they helping you throughout the year to prevent these injuries from occurring? So that was the initial impetus for creating the software. Now, I've been building websites and software since I was 15 years old, and so I'm always infusing this stuff into our agency. And so this started from just bringing this to our own clients and prospects in our local market area. We started with two of our largest construction companies, two of our largest manufacturers. They loved it. And then we started to roll this out to our other book of businesses, Billy, other agents in the agency. And then, of course, because of all the connections we have with agents around the country, we started rolling this out, and it was a huge hit. Okay. But as fun as it is for us to talk about this, Billy, and as great as I'm telling you it is, and as great as the agents we work with, if the employers themselves don't think it's fantastic, we're just kidding ourselves. So what the software does is an agent would be able to go to any employer and say, you can log in at OSHALogs.com. You fill out one very simple online form that takes less than 4 minutes to fill out. They can do it on their computer, they do it on their smartphone, and it's going to complete all 3 of their OSHA records instantly. Any employer with 10 or more employees, Billy, have to complete these forms. They've had to since the early 70s. Okay. There's thousands of industries. It's all based on the NAICS code, so the type of industry that it is. There's only 86 industries that are exempt. So the vast majority of the employers that we in the P&C world are going after, all construction, all manufacturing, all utilities, all ag, have to complete these records. It's one of the first things an OSHA inspector will ask for if they step on an employer's doorstep. So what our software does, it instantly creates these reports. Anything in red is what our system does for the employer. All the check boxes, all the page totals, everything is done for them with no errors or mistakes between the forms. This is the second form called the OSHA 300A. This is a summary form, Billy, that needs to be printed and posted from February to April of every year for each of the employer's locations for the employees to see. It's typically done by their employment posters. The last form is something called the OSHA 301, which is a more specific injury form on each individual injury. There's also a huge overlap then with these OSHA forms and any state's workers' comp first report of injury. So when there's an injury, right, the employer has to fill this out and submit it to the workers' comp carrier. But there's such an overlap between these two worlds. We said, hey, we're going to piggyback off of this data, and we're going to allow the employer to complete the first report as well. So at minimum, we're saving the employer at least 50% of the time to fill out all this paperwork because they don't have to key it in 1, 2, 3, or 4 times over. And when they do it, there's no mistakes between the forms. If they need to make a change once, Billy, they do it once and it carries all throughout. They get all sorts of injury metrics automatically calculated as well. So the incident rate, DART rate, lost time case rate, severity rate, what body parts are being injured, the nature of the injury, the source of the injury, all of this being done simply by them filling out a 4-minute questionnaire whenever they have an injury.
Wow, that's powerful, very powerful.
Now I'd love to get your opinion on this, Billy, because this is where the agent's brain infuses into the software. So what I love to do with my clients and of course my prospects, I want to pop up in their life in their time of need. So I built the software where you can actually assign up to 3 individuals at an agency to be notified when an employer submits an injury. So I put myself on this, I'll put my CSR on this, and maybe a backup CSR in the agency. So whenever an employer uses this, I get a notification on my phone. And I have the ability to reach out to them in their time of need again and just to say, hey, how can I help you? What happened? And what can we do to assist? 8 out of 10 times, Billy, I don't need to do anything. They are so appreciative, however, that I'm thinking about them and that our agency is on point and ready to assist. Those other 2 times, they need my help. We need to talk about, return to work, how to get this employee back, how do we avoid workers' comp surcharges, what do we do if OSHA steps on our doorstep related to this injury. We have probably our best case study is an account of my father's. This was a farmer's co-op, and if you see these trucks drive down the road, Billy, with a big cylinder metal, trailers. Well, long story short, the employee was getting this. He was cleaning the top of the trailer when it was parked, and he fell, hit his head, and he was knocked out. Had to be brought to the hospital. Had to be admitted to the hospital, of course, and he was induced into a coma. And so bad deal. My father was actually on vacation in Mexico. He always has his phone on them. Well, he gets a notification sitting on the beach. And the employer filled this out. It was actually done on a Saturday. So the CFO of the employer filled this out in his iPhone 8. Randy got the notification, and within 30 seconds, he was talking to the employer. And so it's just a phenomenal case study that we have and use it with other prospects. Hey, even when we're in Mexico, we're on the beach, we call you within 30 seconds. And we were able to help the employer because with this kind of injury, when an employee gets admitted to the hospital, you have to notify OSHA. And of course, OSHA showed up Monday morning, but the employer was well positioned because we helped and was able to assist.
So those are the kind of stories that it's going to take for us to beat out the new insurtechs and all the pop-ups and all the fly-by-night insurance companies that are trying to delve into our arena when they really don't know what we do. Everyone thinks that insurance is now all automated and it's all whatever, but like you said, you're bringing the insurance agent back into the equation, back into the relationship. That's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. So here's what I want to do. Great slides, but I actually want you to walk us through what your customers experience. Because from what I understand, the employee or the employer that you're talking to doesn't actually pay for this software, right? The agent gives them this software. Is that correct?
Correct. It's a value-added resource that the agency provides, and there's no cost per employer that an agent brings onto the platform. So if they want to bring this out to 2 of their customers, fine. If they want to bring it out to 2,000, that's good too. There's no cost differential. As a tech guy, data bits, Billy, are really cheap. So anybody tells you any different, and it was just a passion thing for us as an agent. I hate when there's arbitrary barriers to adding more employers. As a sales guy, I want to get this out to everybody.
Okay, excellent. Okay, so walk us through. Educate us.
Sure. So So OSHAlogs.com. This is where an agency would get their own custom branded portal. And they would be able to give a login to one of their clients or prospects. They would simply go to members up here at the top. I'm already logged in as a sample employer, but they would type in their username and password. They're going to be greeted by their company name, West Michigan Woodworking. This is their sample company. OSHA requires employers to keep track of these logs by location. So, Bill, if you remember those 3 forms I showed you, they're actually going to have sets of those for each individual location. So if they have 15 locations, they're going to have 15 sets of those forms. So here you can see as an employer, I have 6 locations. I'm also tracking workers' comp policy information because when they go fill out their state's first report of injury, they don't have to key in that data every time. So the key thing I like to show employers and agents is when they log in, they click on one button, View Logs for any given location, and they are in the heart of the system. Here I can see I've been tracking these OSHA logs from 2018 all the way back to 2013. So what does this tell us as an agent? Well, the longer an employer uses the software, the harder it is for them to want to leave your agency because they can't go buy OSHAlogs.com on the secondary market. We only work through our agency partners, so it becomes very sticky. For any given log year, they can view the incidents that they've already added to the system. They can add an incident. They can pull up log statistics. I'll show you what that looks like here.
Okay.
Right up at the top, I can view my incident rate, my DART rate, severity rate, lost time case rate. And for those listeners on the call today who don't quite know what those benchmarks are, you can shoot me an email afterwards. We have a really nice white paper, but these are OSHA-related statistics that they use when they do their inspections to target employers based on comparing you to other companies within a certain industry. Body parts affected, the nature and injury of an illness, and then the source of the injury or illness. So that's all done automatic, and then of course the OSHA logs themselves. This is a true PDF, Billy. It's fast, it's peppy, everything is live and in real time. So an employer can pull this data at any time to review, to share, or if OSHA steps on their doorstep, they can provide it. OSHA actually requires, if you look at the regulations, they have to provide these updated within 4 hours of a request from OSHA.
Mm.
Same thing with this OSHA Form 300A, automatically calculated. Again, no data that you got to fill out twice or 3 times or 4 times. It's all coming from the same data source. We then, to add an incident, very simple, very quick, and this is the core of the product. How simple is it to add an incident? We have our common FAQs here on the right-hand side. An employer simply follows step by step to fill this out. Again, we've timed it, less than 4 minutes to fill out. They put in their employee information, the core injury information, log statistics, what was the nature, body part, source.
Mm-hmm.
We have more detailed employee information, where they were injured. They push submit, and it's done. Then I get notified on my phone. It's added to the system, and it's added to all these other.
And those other 3 forms automatically get the information automatically flows to those other 3 forms.
Absolutely. So at its core, you're able to go to any employer without having to explain all sorts of what does the software do. Mr. Employer, Mr. Prospect, how would you like to fill out one simple form that takes 4 minutes to fill out to complete all 3 of your OSHA records and your state's first report of injury? Can I come show you?
Oh my goodness.
And guess what? Yep.
That is awesome. I mean, seriously, just to be able to walk in with that instead of, hey, let me save you some money on your insurance, that same crap that most agents are using. But to be able to say, look, let me show you what we do that's different from everyone else. Let me show you how in 4 minutes I can show you how to fill out all 3 of your required OSHA forms and your state requirement and save you a boatload. Now, let me ask you this, because I know what agents are going to say. The ones that want to find a problem, they're going to say, but wait, I'm still trying to figure out how to work AMS 360 or Applied or whatever else, and now I got to go learn your system too. So how easy is it for the agent to understand what to do?
I'm biased, but I will say it's insanely easy. What we do to actually help an agency get started, we will help them onboard their first 5 clients. So, really, when I look at, people ask, okay, what does your software do? There's all different layers, Billy, on helping agents connect, differentiating, and if you dive deeper. But really what I'm about creating an amazing experience that an agent can bring to an employer. So I want to help this agent kick off within their agency very quickly. So we take their first 5 accounts, their largest accounts in the agency. We will set a 15-minute webinar with their client, show them the software, show them how we help. We will actually take the last 3 years of their OSHA records, we will audit them, and we will have our staff actually upload them into the system for them and for you.
Wow.
And part of that is then the agent, when we do that 15-minute little session with their client, they can see how we are presenting it. Very simple, very easy to do. So we can do it one-on-one. We have an entire help section as well. And we're very proud of the fact that to learn how to use OSHA logs, the video is a whopping 8 minutes and 41 seconds.
Okay. That sounds good, guys.
So very simple. Yep.
This sounds really good. Guys, and let me just stress real quick, because I know a lot of you are like, oh, Billy is doing some kind of affiliate thing. No, Dustin is not paying me anything for this. I'm not earning any overrides or commissions or, affiliate fees. I'm not earning any of this. I just think it's a phenomenal way that they're using for lead generation, a phenomenal tool that he has created that employers need and that agents can leverage. And man, I could walk away with 15 or 20 new accounts this week just because I can walk into an employer's office and go, yeah, I understand you're with your guy and but let me show you what value I bring to the table. Let me show you how I can make your life easier simply because you're my customer. You're in my relationship. So, yeah, guys, this is not an affiliate marketing webinar. This is I want everyone to know what Dustin has done here because this is awesome for agents that are working in that middle market area.
And Billy, let's take what you just said, the lead gen, because the biggest benefit of this I haven't even talked about yet. So we built the software to do everything we talked about, but OSHA, the government agency, gave us a huge alley-oop back in 2016. They said, hey, guess what, employers? Not only do you have to keep track of these OSHA records, but now you need to submit them directly to OSHA on a yearly basis. So just like employers have to do their taxes on a yearly basis, employers now for the first time have to actually submit their injury data directly to OSHA. So it's a huge change, and there's such a direct overlap with the workers' comp. I can't tell you how many agents aren't even aware of this. So if we use this as our wedge piece, calling an employer, hey, how did it go when your agent helped you with your submission to OSHA? I guarantee you 80% of the employers are going to go, what are you talking about? And what our system does is not only does it do everything we just shared, but it's going to create the data that you need to submit to OSHA. So we make that whole process super simple. And this is what an employer has to sign off on, Billy, when they submit this to the federal government. This comes right from the Department of Labor. It is unlawful to make any false statement, representation, or certification to an agency in the United States. Violations can be punished by a fine or by imprisonment of not more than 5 years or both. So this is serious stuff. And so if you show this slide to an employer and go, hey, how did it go when your agent helped you with this? Or how did it go when you made sure you're not under-reporting or over-reporting? Because OSHA gets a look at this. If you don't submit, you get on their scarlet letter list. They can come visit you because of that. If you submit wrong information, the penalties can start up at $13,000 right off the gate. And there's no secret. So they're using this data to target employers that don't submit and target those employers who have bad performance, which creates even more importance for us as agents to help employers with this issue.
Wow. This is powerful, Dustin. This is powerful, powerful stuff. Now, I know you probably got more slides, but we're probably at that point where agents are like, okay, I got it. It's wonderful. How much does this cost? What is this costing me, the insurance agent, to give this to my employers for free?
Yep. So what we do is we have a very pro agent model where we charge $400 a month per agency. You can add 2 employers. You can add 2,000. We just have a flat fee that we're really proud of, and everything comes along with that fee.
For $400. This
$400 a month.
This is just so I'm clear. This whole system. I know it sounds like an infomercial, but I'm very serious here. This whole system is $400 with everything you just named, all the stuff with the 5 bringing on your 5 biggest employers, all that kind of stuff is $400 a month.
$400 a month, and we say our best clients use and abuse us, and we like that. We want people to use the system, absolutely.
Okay, here's the deal. Now, as you well know, because of the group and what I do within my own investment group and working with agencies, guys, I probably spend, or I can't say I, but as a group, we probably spend $60,000 to $70,000 a month on just lead generation. Seriously, just trying to do the right telemarketing or get out the right postcards or get out the right, emails or auto dollars or whatever. $60,000 to $70,000 a month. So you're telling me for $400 a month, I can have this tool, walk into an agent's office and kick ass simply because I'm bringing some value that they've never seen before. Is that? I mean, I just want to make sure they were real clear. There are no hidden charges or nothing else.
No, you're absolutely true, sir. That is absolutely the platform, and we're really proud of that. When we had agents, we had a consulting firm come in and help us or start to price it, and they want to do by location, by employer. I just brought it. This is a pro agent model. We're agents ourselves. We don't want to put any limitations. I love selling, Billy. I love getting new accounts, and I want to really help agencies do that. So that's what gets me excited.
It's so funny. But what agents don't I guess what business owners don't realize a lot of times, like you said something earlier about data bits being cheap. As you know, I have my own software that I had commissioned, the Data and Marketing Supercenter, and it does everything. It does text messaging and emailing and video emails and the online, voice hotlines and all this landing pages. And people expect me to charge 4, 5, $600 because that's what the other guys are charging. And my product is $74.95 a month, and it blows the doors off a lot of these products that are $600 and $700 a month. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because this is what happens when you own your own technology, when you create it, because you created something that for $400 you could deliver a value that would be worth thousands. And I'm sure that all the consulting firms that you worked with were like, you need to charge thousands of dollars for this because they didn't understand the vision. I sell the Data and Marketing Supercenter because I want to give agents a tool that's going to kick ass, and it didn't cost me an arm and a leg to create it or maintain it. So why do I'm not using it as a profit center. I'm using it as a lead generation and retention tool. Same thing you're using your tool for, lead generation and retention. The profits will come because now people want to do business with you, but more so than anybody else that's around you. Is that the right mentality? Am I kind of painting that picture right?
No, you're right, Billy. And so we started with OSHAlogs.com, and that was, that vision really grew to rapid growth. We're over 200 agencies now in a little under 2.5 years. Okay. So we've grown rapidly. And then instead of just charging more for a product, we're going to build other web apps. And so that's why we're rolling out our second one. And so if employers want, or if agencies want to continue to work with Dustin, the value I bring, I'm going to offer more apps, not just charge more for what I'm doing. So I'm really, that's a really important part of our company's mission.
Okay. So I have a question. What's your second app? I know OSHA is your big one, but you said you had a second one too that you've wanted to talk about a little bit.
Yeah, it's really designed. So when we work with employers from an agent perspective, we want to write both sides of the business. We want to write the employee benefits and the workers' comp. So we have been working on this product called Wellness 401k to really help drive a wellness product within an employer. And the trouble with wellness programming right now, if you go on the web, you find an automated solution. They always charge per employee per month. They typically get low participation. They want to force everybody to lose 25 pounds right away, and it just turns employees off. So with our Wellness 401k product, we offer really a set it and forget it wellness platform that, again, an agency can deliver to all employers. An employer can log into the system, and they can set up wellness plans. And these wellness plans consist of various activities. And these various activities are their videos, reading material, posters, or compelling campaigns designed for the wellness events. They all look fantastic, and they go directly to the employee's inbox. So, and every piece of content, Billy, has the agency's logo on it. So think of going to even a prospect, and you're going to go talking about their employee benefits, and they say, hey, we have a great relationship with our insurance agent on the benefit side. We're just not ready to change. And we say, you know what, that's fine. We're in this for the long haul. Why don't we help you and service you on your wellness plan, because you're not going to help there? And that's great. Now I have a reason to go see them every quarter, every 6 months, every year to help them build out their wellness plan. And their entire employee, the CFO, the owner, the HR, is going to see my content with my agency's logo at whatever frequency I so desire. I can set them to go every day, which is probably a little bit overkill, every week, every month. But we're delivering this incredible material directly to employees' impact. And HR loves it because they've got tons of other stuff to do, and this is going to really scratch that wellness itch.
Excellent. Okay, so I know we're about 45 minutes in now, and I know my audience gets a little frisky about 45 minutes. So here's what I want to do. Tell us how to get in contact with you. Tell us how to reach out to you for those agents that are interested in finding out more.
Sure. If they go to emergeapps.com, emergeapps.com, and click on schedule demo, they'll be able to reach out there, and they can have a one-on-one demo with me. We can talk about whatever they so desire. Otherwise, they can reach me at Dustin@emergeapps.com. and that's really the best way to get a hold of me.
So Dustin, DUSTIN at emergeapps.com. Is that right?
You got it, sir.
Okay, or they can go to Emerge Apps, www.emergeapps.com, and schedule a demo with you. Gotcha.
Yeah, demo. If they just want to chat, they have questions about it, they'll give you a direct link right to my calendar, and you can pick a time, and we'd love to chat with you, so they can do that as well.
Okay. So Dustin, give me a summary, just a summary sentence of why an agent should use your Emerge Apps, your OSHA product. Just kind of give me a summary, 1 or 2 sentences that I can use for a soundbite.
I think the best way is we want to provide amazing value and create an amazing experience for an employer that they can only get from your agency. That solves a need, that solves a problem, that is going to minimize friction and really just simplify a particular process that is a struggle for many employers. And that is a huge area. And then, of course, comply with one of the biggest changes to the compliance world, with OSHA now requiring employers to electronically file their injury records. It is huge. It is big stuff.
Okay, excellent. So again, tell me target audience. Tell me who your target agent is that you want to talk to about this product.
I think first and foremost, I'm looking for an agency that's eager to grow, that likes to be different, that likes to provide value and not just win on a price. If you win on price, you're going to lose on price. I want to win on value. So that's number one. Number two, of course, those agencies that are targeting that middle market employer, 15 employees on the low end to 150, 200 on the high end. Really, really solid accounts that we want to write for a long time.
Okay. Excellent. Well, you've been an excellent guest. You have an excellent product. I'm very excited to share it with my network and the people that we have here at Inspire Nation. So look forward to working with you guys on maybe some other webinars or podcasts as you bring out your other apps and value that you're adding to the agency force. Okay?
Great, Billy. Appreciate it very much. Appreciate your time, and a lot of fun. Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem. Thank you.